Welcome back to Streamline Entertainment. It is Marvin speaking, people, and we're just going to go in to phone calls made and messages sent. And there's a lot of people and private messages querying this. Let's get straight into one of the first messages, and this goes back to a someone who recorded this on the 27th of 6/24. Let's get straight into this.
To Jay.
Well, it's actually even been longer than 72 hours now. It was 72 hours at 8:30
Obviously, this recording was a lot earlier.
this morning, and obviously that's a long time to be going without food, without water. And I just think with the amount of time that's gone by, I feel like a little bit more could have been done on the authorities' part over here. But yeah, it's been awful. Honestly, I've never been so worried in my life. Like, it's just the unknown as well. Like, you don't know what's happened. You don't know where he's gone. Like, his last drop pin wasn't even on a road. Like, there's a reason he's gone off road, I think. Like, why has he not carried on the path? He's not a stupid boy. Do you know what I mean?
There's a reason why he went off road. I mean, she's putting down some doubts, some markers. Was anybody chasing him? It's got nothing to do with me. This is weird. Why would he go off road? Why would he be walking that way? She was the very first one actually to put down markers that there's something wrong with Jay and the way he's operating that morning.
Like, he would have stayed on the road. Like, it was at 8 a.m. as well, so just after 8 a.m. So that's like the perfect time. It's not cold at night.
She's very smart because, like I said, she knows, or someone has told her, that people are going to question that this is basically holiday season, and there'll be a lot of people about how come no one saw him or no one go off the road. She knew those questions were going to be asked, but like I said, I think she was absolutely shocked how many people did look into it and were asking questions about why wasn't there any independent member of the public that actually saw Jay. And obviously there are sleuths still talking about it, Duncan, about time and CCTV not seeing Jay, which is massive in this case. And don't forget, it was Chris Tenerife who said that he's got some kind of evidence that Jay got into a car and basically left the strip. We've never seen
not midday heat, so there's hikers, there's tourists, there's photographers, there's people around. He's not stupid. He would know to stay on the road, and then he'd walk past someone and say, look, sorry, I'm lost. I understand there's the language barrier with some people, but someone would have been able to speak English. He would have been able to communicate.
Of course they were. They would have, if he was in some trouble, or basically was injured or had a cut on his leg, to be honest, they'd find an ambulance, they'd get the police up there or mountain rescue.
To let them know that he had no phone, he had no water, and he was stuck up here. Like, why has he gone off the road? Like, there's unanswered questions, and I feel like they're not. I feel like they are doing some things, but I feel like they could try.
2 hours since.
It's very clever, very, very clever. It seems like to me, like I said, she's controlling the narrative, and also seems to be manipulating the news reporters as well, which is absolutely bizarre. Let us move on, people. So we're going to move on to a private messenger with some of the messages on Jay's phone. So this messenger goes, Lucy is saved as Lucy May and Luce. Also, no calls received or made to a Josh. Very, very interesting. I didn't see that on there. And like I said, that should have been a topic of conversation, because it said Jay was talking to Josh that basically he's got a marker on him and he was worried about a few things. Where's that conversation or message? Lucy's message is to Jay. What does she mean by one bad and message and beat you? And why are only her messages showing on the screen and not his replies? If she said he replied saying I can also, I thought she said she spoke to him on a call, but these are messages, not a call. Yeah, definitely. And like I said, in a court of law, that would have been flagged at the end of the day. And it was something that I thought the coroner basically dismissed a lot of the conversations by phone, which I think were crucial. No caller ID is red, means it was somebody's number he didn't know and wasn't saved to his phone. And why, if he needed help, would he have not answered the call? Very, very good point. Excellent point. Excellent point there. Well said and well picked up. I mean, it's absolutely bizarre that they could air this, put these numbers out, so basically put this information out so people could see, and it's not adding up. It just doesn't make sense. Well put. And maybe it was someone that he didn't want to talk to or someone he owed money to. That's a possibility. Also, where are the other 70 calls? It's said he made. It's said he made as they're not on the call log. It's absolutely bizarre. It's absolutely bizarre. 70 calls made, and there's no proof of these 70 calls. Shouldn't the police officer investigated Jay's phone that Higson had notified or said something to the news, because she did come out with information? That is absolutely bizarre to me. It is really, really off key. Thank you for this, putting this together. Who sent this, the private messenger? That is spot on. Let's move on, people. Move on to some updates from the Canarian Weekly. And paragliders seriously injured in an accident in South Tenerife. This was from yesterday, people. Someone sent it on to me. A paraglider is in serious condition after a violent fall at the Tocho takeoff zone in South Tenerife yesterday afternoon, Sunday. The incident caused a major emergency response from land and air teams. The alarm was raised just before 3:30 p.m. with 112 received reports that pilot had crashed shortly after launch at one of the Tenerife most popular paragliding sites. Due to the steep and uneven terrain, first responders struggled to reach the victim on foot. A rescue helicopter from the Emergency and Rescue Group, GES, worked alongside firefighters from the Tenerife Fire Brigade. They located the injured man and winched him to safety. He was flown to a DJ firefighters helipad where an ambulance medic stabilised him. He was then transferred to the University Hospital Nistra Senra de Calderia with serious injuries. Sorry, my Spanish is not great, people. Paragliding, one of the Tenerife most popular ventures, activities attracting both experienced pilots and visiting thrill seekers. But the sport has also seen a series of serious and sometimes fatal incidents in recent years. In early March 2025, 2 men were injured when a tandem paraglider crashed at the base of the Barranco de la Vera Gorge in the Las Canadas del Tide area, where one of the victims suffered severe leg fracture. In May this year, a tragic accident claimed the life of a paraglider who fell into the sea near the natural pools of El Lago Martinez in Puerto del La Cruz. Yeah, it makes you think who's managing that, doesn't it? Who likes paragliding? But like I said, these accidents do happen, people. And like I said, please take care. If you are going to go out to Tenerife and do paragliding, just be careful and making sure all the safety practices are in place, and obviously with the instructor as well. Okay, that was that one. Going to move on to dangerous sports and challenges on Tenerife. Don't take away the fact that sports are healthy and could become passion. The extent to which they enjoy or excel at practicing a sport influences how much of a passion it can become. The level of danger, however, depends on several factors inherent to the sports you wish to practice. Tenerife is an excellent destination for sports activities, offering a wide range of options. Every sport has its own habitat and activities and often practices their natural environment. Swimming takes place in water, hiking on land, and paragliding in the air. Some sports are more dangerous than others, so the risks of accidents are inherently higher for certain activities. The government of the Canary Islands had identified risk reports and will continue to monitor the companies offering these activities to tourists. Obviously, Some of these companies make you sign a waiver. If you have an accident, technically it's your fault, and you can claim back on some things, especially if it's major. These companies must inform the authorities about the activities they provide, and also required to offer minimum training to their clients before they engage in the activities. Has been standard practice in diving for years. And obviously, the paragliding stands out as the most concerning sport due to its high number of accidents, often resulting in severe injuries and fatalities. The statistics for this sport are alarming. Gliding down from heights with a parachute may be fascinating, but it's also dangerous. Several deaths and numerous injuries, many severe, have already been reported this year on Tenerife. On average, emergency service respond to a paragliding related accident every 5 days. That is unbelievable. That is, I mean, it's asking, obviously, this Tenerife Connect, article, stricter regulations, and it is a risky sport. But anywhere you go in the world, and especially, like I said, places like Tenerife, all sports, some water sports, gliding, it's going to be dangerous, and you're taking a chance. And like I said, the laws and regulations should be stricter. Some of these companies are more professional than others. Thank you who sent that in to me. And that's all for today, people, on all the private messages. Don't forget to subscribe to Streamline Entertainment and support the channel. Appreciate you all. Thank you.